Your child dominates practice, every touch is perfect, but when game times arrives, it all disappears. They start to hesitate, they second guess themselves. They miss passes that usually they make in their sleep. It seems like they become a completely different player. And you probably are scratching your head, wondering why this keeps happening. All the money that you're spending on private training, on camps, is not showing up in games. But let me introduce myself. My name is Valentino Di Lorenzo. I run a mental performance coaching program where we basically help high-level players play in games just like they play in practice by removing the mental blocks, teaching them mental tools so they can finally be the player that everybody talks about. Today, we're diving deep into what's going on and what to do about it. This isn't about skill. It's not motivation, and definitely it's not effort. Your child is putting the effort. It's about the brain, specifically how it reacts under pressure. So let's talk about two parts of the brain. We have the prefrontal cortex. That's the part that handles the thinking, the strategy, the calm decision making, and the amygdala. The amygdala is the part responsible for fear, danger, and fight or flight. When your child is at practice, they use the prefrontal cortex. They're calm, they're focused, they know what to do. But when game time comes, they use the amygdala because they start to play in fear. So the prefrontal cortex shut down and the amygdala triggers the body. They have less energy, they can't think straight, they miss easy passes. So freezing, hesitation, it's not lack of ability. They have the abilities and they show them in practice. It's the brain entering the survival mode. This is why confident kids in practice, they disappear in games. Here's what most parents, with the best intention, get it wrong. They think my kid needs more technical skills, they need more reps, they need to keep doing private training until they can't do it anymore. And I get it, this is what they used to do, and this is how you used to solve the confidence issue, which wasn't really solving it, but you can't outtrain your fears. Practice and games are not the same thing. They activate different mental environments. Practice is safe, low stakes, thinking brain engaged, and the games are pressured, coaches yelling or results that would need to be achieved. So if your child can juggle like Messi, can practice like crazy, they do all the moves, but in games they can't do a simple pass or they shut down under pressure, this is what's going on. I'll never forget one of our players, David, that was really good in practice like most of the players that we help. And when game time comes, because of the pressure, he could not make a simple pass. The mom was like, I don't know what's going on. We're doing everything, but this doesn't change. And I told him he's playing games with the amygdala and we need to change that. He needs to learn how to be confident and freely in games. Remove that mental block. So what we did is we implement strategies and mental tools that when kids apply it on the field, they start to play like they play in practice. They remove that mental block. They start taking more risks. And all of a sudden, they are enjoying the game again. So a couple of the techniques that we teach, obviously we want to make sure that their self-talk is positive every time they make a mistake. And every time they do something wrong or like they're missing something, positive self-talk is what really helps them move on quickly from that. But that also comes with overcoming mistakes quickly. Kids don't realize that mistakes are normal, and even the professional players that you all like and follow and cheer, they're making mistakes just like your child. So they need to realize that mistakes are normal and how to move on from mistakes like champions, because Messi makes a mistake and he moves on in seconds. He doesn't think about it for more than 2 seconds and he's moving on to the next play. But all of this is not going to work until they learn how to play more aggressively and start taking risks. Because think about it, if your kid is playing well in practice, they can dribble everybody, they can shoot from far, and they don't do it in games. It means that they have the skill, right? So if you start doing it also in games, your child is going to realize that they are actually good and they can do those things. So we have worked with 500 players and we remove those fears, we remove those limiting beliefs, and now they're playing freely in games just like they do in practice. So if you're done guessing and you're like, I don't want to spend all my money on private training and then seeing them crumble in games, we can work on the mental game here. We're going to teach them leadership skills, positive habits, so they can play freely in just a few weeks. Most of our players in 2-3 weeks, they are a completely different player. And we have 500 testimonials up to date, and they're all saying the same thing. In 2-3 weeks is now a completely different player. So I have a link here below if you want to book a call with us. We're gonna see if your child is a good fit for this, and I'll see you in the next video.